And here we go. It's Drop the Mic on a Friday. Mike Eccleston here live once again on the Legends Podcast Network on LennyMelnickFantasySports.com, a network that's growing more and more each day, and I'm lucky enough to be part of. Thank you to all who are listening and all those in the chat room. Come on in, take your shoes off, grab a drink, relax. I got a show for you today. I have a lot on my plate, so let's have at it. A lot to get to today. Yankees talk, Braves lineup rolling, Western Conference Finals are all but over. The Milwaukee Bucks with the first conference finals win since 2001. 3 wins away from their first NBA Finals appearance since 1973. Miguel Andujar has opted for shoulder surgery and is done for the season. And it's not a big deal for the New York Yankees because of one DJ LeMahieu. I said it was a huge signing for a lot of different reasons, but wow. He may be a godsend for this team. It's funny, when you look back at this past offseason, all these Yankee fans were clamoring for guys like Manny Machado and Bryce Harper. Oh, they need them. They need those guys. Open up the checkbooks. But how's Harper doing in Philadelphia? No? How about Machado? Not quite. He's been okay. They worth $300 million yet? New York did the right thing, and to me it's blatantly obvious. They have a team who has lost Aaron Judge, Giancarlo Stanton, Didi Gregorius, Aaron Hicks, Luis Severino, Dellin Betances, Miguel Andujar, James Paxton. These are a few names. These are not just 8 players. These are 8 star players. These are 8 players that you expect to come in for the New York Yankees and be carry the load. And despite all of that, they're 26-16. Basically tied for first in the American League East. People wondered, they scratched their heads about the DJ LeMahieu signing. Because, frankly, it wasn't Manny Machado. It wasn't flashy. It wasn't some big $200 to $300 million player. People just kind of expect the Yankees to just go out there and sign the top 2 free agents out there and, go into the season. But where would they be without this guy? To be honest, where would the Yankees be without DJ LeMahieu today? He's hitting .322. He's been a lot better, so much better in the clutch. Runners in scoring position, average jumps. He's been everything that they've needed and more. He's helped shoulder a big-time load when it comes to the Yankees' offense. There are guys like Gio Urshela. Can someone please tell me who Gio Urshela is? But what a find he's been. It's crazy. Even when Miguel Andujar went down, You're thinking, oh, okay, well, what are they going to do at third base? In the outfield, obviously, Clint Frazier, they knew where they were going with that. But when you look around the infield, Didi Gregorius isn't there anymore. He's going to be back soon. Gleyber Torres was going to have to move over to shortstop. You knew what they were going to do at second base. DJ LeMahieu was going to play every day. At third base, what were they going to do? What were the Yankees going to do at third base? Gio Urshela has done more than answer the bell there. An average of .330, OPS of .874. Even though Andujar is now out for the year, when Gregorius comes back, Gleyber Torres moves back to second base, Gregorius goes back to shortstop, and LeMahieu goes over to third base. And they can still keep Urshela around as a nice guy to come off the bench on the infield. Problem solved, right? And they did it without breaking the bank. To me, they did it the right way. It's interesting how that works out. All those injuries to star players, and they've managed to, they're basically tied for first in the AL East with the Tampa Bay Rays. I know their schedule has been easy, but when you look at all the injuries that you have, when what that does to chemistry, what that does to talent level, how that affects that, for them to still go out there and win all those games, it's impressive. Speaking of teams who just continue, they keep on winning. The Minnesota Twins may have a good baseball team after all. They're answering the prayers of baseball fans around the country. Who else in the American League Central outside of the Indians? Who is going to step up? It was supposed to be the Twins, and it looks like they're finally doing it. They're finally answering the bell. And it's because they're getting contributions from everywhere. Everywhere you turn, you've been able to find, to mix and match, plug in guys who they're all producing. Joe Mauer's time is done as a Twin. What are they going to do behind the plate? Oh, Mitch Garver is a hitting machine? Okay. 330 average. 9 home runs. 19 RBIs in just 79 at-bats this season. He hurts his ankle, needs to go on the 10-day injured list. No problem. Jason Castro comes in hitting bombs in back-to-back games. And they still have Willians Astudillo, who was hurt for a little while, but he's also a hitter. The three of them were platooning behind the plate for a reason. All three of these guys can play. Mitch Garver being the best hitter of the three. Astudillo is another good hitter. And Jason Castro's more of a fielder who can hit too. There's depth there. Eddie Rosario is towards the top of the league in both home runs and RBIs with 13 and 34 respectively. He's been their major source for power. Jorge Polanco has been scorching hot to start this season after missing a lot of last year due to a suspension. Hitting .333, on base percentage of 398, almost 400. On base OPS over 1,000. He's hit for some power as well. 8 home runs and 20 RBIs. Got big first baseman C.J. Cron has parked 10 over the wall, including a 453-foot bomb last night in Seattle. He's shown signs in the past of being dangerous. He just never seemed to put it together for a full year. And hallelujah, former number 1 pick in the draft, Byron Buxton. Remember him? Guy that everyone was, wondering, well, what's he going to do? When is he going to contribute? When is he going to become a star? When is he going to do anything at the major league level? It appears that he's coming. He's showing what he can do, not only with his legs and glove, because everybody knew that he had that. He was speedy, and he was a great outfielder. But with the bat as well. He's homered in back-to-back games, and he's hitting .455 on this 6-game hitting streak that he's currently on. You got Max Kepler, Jonathan Scope, Nelson Cruz, Miguel Sano is finally making his way back, or he finally made his way back after last season's debacle, where he was sent to Double-A after being an all-star the year before. You all remember that. What a lost year that was for him. And then he needed surgery on his right heel in March, adding injury to insult. That was a big blow to the Twins last season. He returned to the lineup and went 2 for 5 with an RBI. If he comes back and he can play, and he hits, I mean, to say that they're stacked, to say that they're loaded, I mean, that's crazy. That's absolutely crazy. And the funny thing is they won't even need Sano to play every day, because free agent signing, super utility man, Marwin Gonzalez is around. They don't necessarily need Sano to play every day, so they can kind of ease him back into a role. The Twins' bats have been very impressive in 2019. They have their ace, whom I've talked about on several occasions, in young Jose Berrios. Jake Odorizzi has been very good with an ERA of just 2.63. He doesn't have overpowering stuff, but still manages to strike out nearly a hitter per inning. Somehow, he's the kind of guy who you'll watch him pitch, and you're just kind of like, I want to go through the screen and hit that. Because, it looks hittable. He looks very hittable, but then he winds up throwing 6 or 7